Let's do the math, let's check the ledger of the sand. 500 million warriors standing in the land. 500 million voices screaming at a single wall, but the wall is still standing and the warriors look small. You got the numbers of the ocean, the weight of the tide, but you're led by the sterile and you're paralyzed by pride. One little nation, 9 million in the sun, and you're 500 million and you haven't won. Slaves in the shadow of the heat, looking for the strength that you couldn't keep sweet. You sought out the hours of the laborers of old for the virility and fertility that the travelers told. The custom of the weak, seeking power from the strong, trying to fix a bloodline that was broken all along. But the architect of the void just pulled the final plug, leaving the moolahs drowning in a hole they dug.
You claim the victory, you claim the divine decree, but you're drowning in the logic of a world you cannot see. The Iron Sovereign is coming through the wire. The great apostasy is the only thing on fire.
The towers are falling, the signal is dead. 500 million lies are hanging by a thread. The pale horse president just rewrote the code, while the axis of failure explodes on the road. From the sterile desert sand to the silicone sky, the prophet of the numbers is watching them die.
So good. Oh, look at us, we're 500 million strong. But we've been singing the satanic verse for way too long. Our kids are in the rubble, our mothers are in the hole. Because a low trust culture has no kinetic soul. 50 to 1 and you're still asking why.
The towers are falling, the signal is dead. The architect of the void is inside your head. The criterion is broken, the ear is finally deaf. The ledger of the Hijaz is marked with the F. February 28th, the fire was sweet. The erasure of the mullah is finally complete.
500 million warriors, sovereign owns the
The eagle battle's shadow is a mile wide, so the coward looks for a place to hide. He can't reach the west, he can't reach the shore, so he bleeds the nations right next door. 7 flags burning in a desperate rage, the final act on a bloody stage. He's striking at brothers to prove he's a man, before the 47th clears the sand. He tells the soldier, don't fear the lead, there's a garden waiting for the holy dead. But he doesn't promise a woman grown, he promises a seed that's barely sown. He quotes the tidings of the 78th verse, a theological bribe, a spiritual curse. Chasing the kite, the budding prize, with the hunger of a monster in his eyes. Don't call them companions, don't hide the age, read the literal link on the classical page. It's not full-breasted, that's a velvet lie, to hide the horror from a western night. You slaughtered the neighbors for a budding dream, but the 47th thunder heard the scream. No more cow ape, no more 10-year-old toys, just the end of the mullahs and their holy boys. The 7-nation strike was your final breath, now you're face to face with the kinetic death. Operation Epic Fury, the hammer of lead, for the child thief and the lies he spread. Plural of kite, the protrusion of youth, the budding breast is the ugly truth. 10, 11 or 12 years old, a paradise of children or so you're told. You envied the 47, his life and his name, but you're just a predator in a religious game.